like to close the distance between us, where you end, where I begin, but your skin stops me. I can't find my way in. If I could, I'd press every bit of me against you until I've slipped inside your skin, our tent. Wanna breathe through your mouth. If I could just slip between your skin, become the better person you have always been. I would in a heartbeat, skin to skin, breath to breath. I met you, but it's not enough. I'm hungry to feel closer. Closer than sex. Closer than our past 18 years. Closer than unborn twins. I want to breathe myself into you. Curve my body around your heart. If I could, I know I could keep you safe. Safe from the inevitable end of my body. My being. Always I imagined us growing old together. Shuffling down the sidewalk. Helping each other over mounds of snow. Patches of ice. Falling ill together. Lying down one last time, side by side, to say goodbye to our life, our long and beautiful life together. Then the cancer. The fucking cancer. Everything I've pictured is unlikely. Now I expect to die first, by decades. I'll leave you alone with all this stuff. The detritus of life, lived in a global fervor of collection. And I can't stop thinking about where this leaves you. No more big spoon, no more little spoon. One object left, one object unable to nest. I'll curl myself inside your heart and try my hardest to leave you the best of me. Will it be a balm for you to be surrounded by my things, our things? Or will it pang too much to look at them? You're young. You have time to heal and fall in love again. You have time to have the children that we couldn't with someone new and healthy. But what of this place where we nested together? What of the art we so carefully hung on the walls? A testament to our love and shared life? Could this new love die already? Tolerate the raw salt act of living amongst my things? The museum to our mirror? I count on you to keep our nest feathered, to surround yourself with our precious shiny objects. Please keep me in your heart when I slip away from this body. When this is no longer a me to love and be loved. When I let go of everything, even you. Am I a praise poet or a blame poet? Today, I am a blame poet. Oh death, face it. Existence doesn't like you. You can't sing. You can't paint. You can't play drums. You can't skateboard. You won't even ride a bicycle. You are harbinger of nothing. All you like to do is hinder and disturb. Hinder and disturb. I think you think it's cool. It's not. You smell funny. It's getting annoying. You're like so careless. I don't care what you think. I'm trying out for the school play. I threw away your letters years ago. Just like that. The tight black swirls, circles, and strokes. Filling fine sheets. I would not see them again. The last items I had left, the dates, the phrases. The things you said, forfeited, snowflake patterns, leaf diagrams, crushed, melted, dissolved. The flooding runoff at the backtop street corner drain collects it all. Only the opening of a strong seal far below could allow that pool of darkening rainwater to run and drop away the slats. If I were to recover the lost key of the cursive, I would in one instant want back again what I saw in the images the hand traced out for me, and would be denied even the little letters kept of you, and be released into nothing but more time. My husband lay dying a mountain, a lake 3 seas, 10 years and more lay between us. There were our sons, my wounds and theirs. Despair, loneliness, handful of unhammered nail. Pictures never hung all. The uneaten meals and unslept sleep. There was retirement, and worst of all, a green umbrella he can never take back. I wrote him a letter, but all I could think of to say was, "Do you remember Severn River, the real canoe with the sail and lee boards?" I was really saying for the sake of our youth and our love, I forgave him for everything. I was asking him to forgive me too. I must forgive, and so I shall. After an Indian woman put her shoulder to the Grand Coulee Dam and topples it, I am told by many of you that I must forgive, and so I shall. After the flood waters burst, each successive dam, downward from the Grand Coulee, I am told by many of you that I must forgive, and so I shall. After the floodwaters find their way to the mouth of the Columbia River, as it enters the Pacific and causes all of it to rise, I'm told by many of you that I must forgive, and so I shall. After the first drop of floodwater is swallowed by that salmon waiting in the Pacific, I'm told by many of you that I must forgive, and so I shall. After the salmon swims upstream through the mouth of the Columbia and then past the flooded cities, broken dams, and abandoned reactors of Hanford, I'm told by many of you that I must forgive, and so I shall. After that salmon swims through the mouth of Spokane River as it meets the Columbia, then upstream until it arrives in the shallows of a secret bay on the reservation where I wait alone, I'm told by many of you that I must forgive. And so I shall. After that salmon leaps into the night air above the water, throws a lightning bolt at the brush near my feet, and starts the fire which will lead all of the lost Indians home, I am told by many of you that I must forgive, and so I shall. After we Indians have gathered around the fire, with the salmon who has 3 stories it must tell before sunrise. One story will teach us how to pray, another story will make us laugh for hours. The third story will give us a reason to dance. I'm told by many of you that I must forgive, and so I shall, when I'm dancing with my tribe during the powwow at the end of the world. Does the road wind uphill all the way? Yes, to the very end. Will the day's journey take the whole long day? From morn to night, my friend. Was there for the night a resting place? A roof for when the slow, dark hours begin? May not the darkness hide it from my face? You cannot miss that inn. Shall I meet other wayfarers at night? Those who have gone before. Then must I knock or call when just in sight? They will keep you standing at that door. Shall I find comfort, travel sore and weak? Of labour you shall find the sum. Will there be beds for me and all who seek? Yeah, beds for all who come. I've dreamt of you so often that you become unreal. Is there still time to reach this living body and to kiss on its mouth the birth of the voice so dear to me? I've dreamt of you so often that my arms used to embrace your shadow, and only crossing on my own chest might no longer meet your body's shape. And before the real appearance of what has haunted and ruled me for days and years, I would doubtless become a shadow. Oh, the shifts of feeling. I've dreamt of you so often that it is doubtless no longer time for me to wake. I sleep standing, my body exposed to all the appearances of life and love in you, who only count today for me. Forehead and your lips, less easily than any other lips and forehead. I've dreamt of you so often, walked, spoken, slept so often with your phantom, that perhaps all yet remains for me is to be a phantom among the phantoms 100 times more shadowed than the shadow which saunters and will saunter so gladly over the sundial of your life. Friends roved in herds through the meadow behind the cabin, and how they would lately pause, tilting their jeweled horns to the falling sun, as we shared the tensions of private property and the need to be alone. Whereas we walked along the beach, a solitary delicate beast might follow on his soft paws until we turned and spoke the words to console him. It seemed they were always near, ready to show their eyes and stare us down, standing in their creamy skins, pink tongues out for our benevolence, as if they knew that always beyond and beyond the ladies were weaving them into their spider looms. I knew where they slept and how the grasses went by their own wilderness, and I pitied them. It was only yesterday, or seems like only yesterday, when we could touch and turn, and they came perfectly real into our fictions. But they moved on with the courtly sun, grazing peacefully beyond the story horns, horns lowering and lifting and lowering. I know this is scarcely credible now, as we cabin ourselves in cold and the motions of panic, and our cells destroy each other, performing music in extinction, and the great dreams pass on to the common and good. I've got a spider way of thinking. I live in light switches, broken fixtures, dusty crystals, chandeliers that sparkle on me, and my tiny shadow. Please let me make you something intricate. The road I love is on the ceiling, in the tiny crack of window pane moonlight. We're making you a new home. See my arms, or my legs, or my arms, silken lines, calligraphy. I have a spider way of dreaming. I drop so much thread and fry. I drop so much thread, telegraphing ghosts of intent, between us unsayable things, heavy as bone. For any hope of plain speech we must do away with skin suits, propriety, and be animals again, undress, pretenses at pride, and offer ourselves the simple miracles of meaning. Hear my heart, honey, for your bumblebee tongue. Hear my voice split, thunder, dragging forth in rainfall. Hear my ankles and elbows, good snowcaps of the body. River for your spring mouth. We can be fray of pure feeling, charting distant plains without language. We can be alchemists of tenderness, teething vowels for vows. We can be sun-bodied arrows in flight, uncomplicated and necessary.